Is the Syrian civil war the Magog war of Ezekiel 38? It's SkyWatchTV News for Wednesday, October 14th, 2015. I'm Derek Gilbert. One influential Hasidic Jewish rabbi thinks so. He's teaching that because he believes God has expanded the borders of Jerusalem to Damascus, that instead of being fought on Israeli soil, that the Ezekiel 38 war is actually being fought right now in Syria. Now, I respectfully disagree. I don't believe that God has, in fact, expanded the border of Jerusalem all the way to Damascus. I also believe that the Ezekiel 38 war will be a little more obvious and will probably follow a conflict between Israel and its nearby neighbors, a Psalm 83 war, as written about by Bill Salas, and Chuck Missler has also done some teaching on this. But we all see this imperfectly, and I encourage you to do your own study. An understanding of where we are headed prophetically is important to your Christian walk. And by the way, for the record, don't take what I say as gospel. Only take the gospel as gospel. I do need to correct something I said yesterday. In describing their plan to arm rebel groups inside Syria, U.S. officials, and by the way, and let them decide who to trust with American weapons, American officials have made it clear that the Kurds, the only fighting force that's been effective against the Islamic State so far, will not, contrary to what I said, not be receiving American weapons. Apparently, giving weapons to the Kurds would make our allies, the Turks, very angry. They believe the Kurds are as much a threat as the Islamic State. So only Arab Muslim groups will receive American weapons in the fight in Syria, and the Assyrian Christians and the Kurds are kind of on their own, unless they can make their own separate side deals with these Syrian rebel groups. And this couldn't happen too soon for some. The Islamic State is threatening to massacre 180 Assyrian Christians, part of a group of 230 that were captured in February from villages in Syria. The IS wants $12 million ransom to let them go, and the Assyrian Christian communities don't have that kind of money. So what is the United States doing about all this? Well, as Franklin Graham has been pointing out, nothing. To give you an idea, Congress last August passed a bill directing the Secretary of State, the State Department, to create a new position called Special Envoy for Religious Liberty in the Middle East and Asia. President Obama and Secretary of State Kerry failed to fill this position until last month, a delay of 13 months. And then instead of appointing a special envoy who would report directly to Secretary of State Kerry, the position was titled Special Advisor, a lower rank within the State Department. And the position would report to U.S. Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, David Saperstein. This was essentially a demotion from what Congress directed Secretary of State Kerry to create. And the Ambassador at Large himself has been demoted within the State Department, now apparently at the same level as a special envoy, which again was what Congress asked Secretary of State Kerry to create in the first place. And you get an idea from this little glimpse behind the scenes of how important the Obama administration feels the problems of Middle Eastern Christians really are. And things are getting a bit dicey out there. Russian and Chinese military sources confirming that China is in fact sending warships to the Mediterranean to assist Russia and the government of Bashar al-Assad in its war against Syrian rebels. In response, the U.S. Navy announced last week that it's going to send several warships through a channel in the South China Sea that is claimed as territorial waters by China. The U.S. doesn't recognize that claim, but the Navy, until now, hasn't allowed its ships to enter those waters. But you might remember last month when the Chinese sent several warships to within 12 nautical miles of the Aleutian Islands while President Obama was visiting Alaska. Meanwhile, the Russian government wants some answers from the United Kingdom. Published reports in Britain earlier this week said that British and NATO pilots were given a green light to fire on Russian aircraft while on missions over Syria and Iraq. And in Damascus, the Russian embassy was shelled, hit by mortar fire Tuesday morning, while 300 people gathered outside to show support for President Putin's intervention in the Syrian conflict. No one was injured. The leader of a rebel group there, the Nusra Front, al-Qaeda's affiliate in Syria, Abu Muhammad al-Gorani, has declared jihad against Russian citizens anywhere on planet Earth. He calls Russia's intervention a new Eastern Crusader war after the Western Crusader War failed. In Lebanon, the army there has been put on war footing, military sources saying that terrorist groups along the Syrian-Lebanese border have been engaging in suspicious moves, possibly preparing to open a second front in response to Russia's intervention in Syria. And in Israel, more violence in Jerusalem. 3 Israelis killed in nearly simultaneous attacks Tuesday morning. Israel's public security minister said options are being considered to improve public safety, including closing off Palestinian East Jerusalem and relaxing gun licensing laws so that Israeli citizens have an easier time owning firearms. Now, here's a headline you can't possibly make up. Yes, the 57-year-old pop star Madonna insists that using a cross as a stripper pole and dancing suggestively on a table set up to look like the Da Vinci painting The Last Supper sends the same message as the one preached by Pope Francis. Now, we should point out that Madonna was excommunicated by the Roman Catholic Church in 2006. You can see why. At her age, frankly, she is old enough to know that love your neighbor as you love yourself does not mean do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, which you probably know is the gospel according to Aleister Crowley. And as far as I can tell, it's the one that she follows. Public schools in Milford, Connecticut will have their Halloween costume parade after all. The school superintendent there had canceled the daytime parade on Friday and moved the event to the evening. She said that way students whose parents were uncomfortable with them participating could opt out without their children being stigmatized. But there were so many complaints from parents in the school district that it became a distraction. The parade has been reinstated. Some parents apparently feeling that eliminating the parade during school hours was tantamount to the demise of the community. Halloween, after all, has become the second most popular holiday in America after Christmas. What technology existed before Noah's flood, and why does the Vatican seem to have an interest in keeping it secret? That was just part of the discussion last night as Steve Quayle and Timothy Alberino joined Tom Horn on SkyWatch TV. They talked about the new documentary film, True Legends, Technology of the Fallen. Now, if you missed the program on the Christian Television Network, you can see it today on the SkyWatch TV Roku channel. Roku is a set-top box that connects to the internet, plugs into your television, and allows you to stream television programming on demand, all of our weekly shows and these daytime updates as well, daily news updates. If you need instructions on how to add the SkyWatch TV channel to your Roku account, log on to skywatchtv.com/Roku. Registration is open now for the 2016 Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference, but act quickly. It's limited to the first 1,000 registrants, so we can keep the crowds manageable at the Marriott in Colorado Springs next July, the 15th through the 17th. 25 speakers, including L.A. Marzulli, Bill Salas, Chuck Missler, Avi Lipkin, Carl Teichribb, Timothy Mahoney, producer of the film Patterns of Evidence about the Exodus and the archaeological evidence for the Exodus. They will be there as well as many others. Information and registration at prophecywatchers.com. And how do we Christians address the problem of Halloween? Do we let our children participate? Do we hold them out? Do we hand out candy or gospel tracts to children? What do we make of the monsters that are so popular at this time of year? We got a book that might be of some help to you. Our gift to you during the month of October for your financial gift to SkyWatch TV of any size is the book God's Ghostbusters. It's a collection of essays from people like Chuck Missler, Gary Stearman, Tom Horn, Doug Woodward, John McTernan, Russ Dizdar, Terry James, and the smartest person I know, Sharon K. Gilbert. God's Ghostbusters, our gift to you for your gift of any size during the month of October here at SkyWatch TV. If you have comments, questions, or suggestions for us, please email those to me. Send those to dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. We thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is SkyWatch TV.
Coming exclusively from SkyWatch TV for a very limited time starting November 17th, 2015. When you purchase the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie from SkyWatch TV, you'll receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. An unprecedented $300 in free books, audio sets, and DVDs to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. Included in this limited time giveaway are never before offered free audio sets. Over 30 hours of the most sought after interviews in history with global experts combined on a special 2-disc volume set discussing the unfolding genetic Armageddon now underway and what you need to know to survive the future. Featuring Something Transhumanism This Way Comes, The Coming Replacement Humans, The Days of Noah, The Coming Zombie Apocalypse, Conspiracy Theory, Psychotronic Warfare. Also, for a very limited time, in addition to the never-before-offered free best-selling audio sets, if you order before this special offer expires, you'll also receive the multi-part SkyWatch TV special investigative report on Inhuman the documentary and Dead Pets Don't Lie, the award-winning book Forbidden Gates, Pandemonium's Engine, the best-selling DVD by dog behavior expert Joe Ardis, The Natural Dog Training Method, the breakthrough book for pet enthusiasts everywhere, Do Our Pets Go to Heaven? 2 additional mystery books with a $40 value. And if you're one of the first 3,000 customers to place your order during this limited time offer, you will also receive, absolutely free, the groundbreaking WorldNet daily film, The Last Pope, featuring Tom Horn. Place your order beginning November 17th, 2015. Altogether, the never-before-offered free 6 full audio series on a 2-disc volume set plus the 5 free books and 2 additional DVDs total an astounding $300 giveaway to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. So it's urgent that beginning November 17th, 2015, you order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. But please understand this offer will end without notification and is on a first-come, first-served basis starting November 17th. So be sure to visit SkyWatchTV.com to follow the countdown to the greatest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. Order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history.